Mountain Law, man, that was the play. Streaming every night, building up the sway. But as the sight faded, I had to find my way. Now I'm hopping platforms, surfing through the fray. Got my crew behind me, yeah, we call them givers. Chillin' IRL, catching all the rivers. Sparkle in the chat, bringing laughs to the grind. Talking crypto games while we sipping Jack Fine. Gives a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. New Zealand vibes, surfing waves day to night. Always looking for the next thrill, that's where I ignite. Community so solid, always shining bright. Rolling, rolling deep and cruising for the height. From the struggle to the stream, it's all just a game. But with the giver found, we're making our name. Jack and crypto profits, life just gets sweeter. Every view and every stream, making life a keeper. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. So here's to the journey, no regrets in sight. Each laugh and each tear, it's a beautiful fight. Keep the wave rolling, let the good vibes flow. We're the givers, together in the show. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme. From the land down under, streaming through the night. Got my heart on my sleeve, everything feels right. Service, I would play a game. Friends not to the next time, but chasing fame. Click here behind me, changing season. Through it and then living out the dream. Got my acoustic strong, curing and chill, far cracking jokes. Go stop the thrill, and then the king needs we ride the waves. Our most streams phone, no better days. Give us a minute, yeah, we take our time. Living in the moment, the life's a subtle rhyme.
Hello, the internet. It is Wednesday, the 27th of August, 2025, and welcome back to the channel. Pine Gap. You know this place, right? Pine Gap. It's a military base. It's a research base. You know, I went there, or I didn't quite go there. I went to the gate, or at least the sign postage. As far as you can go without, well, as far as you can go until they tell you to turn around. During the Uluru road trip, enough of you in the chat was saying, man, you've got to get out there. Pine Gap, you've got to go there. So I did, and I was kind of disappointed. It was pretty lame. Pretty lame. Stoked I went out there, but I was also kind of disappointed. This website or this YouTube channel, Mega Projects, did a deeper dive into it. And I want to take a look at it and see what it's all about. Just as a little precautionary measure, I've just changed my mic settings and I'm looking down at the mixer here and I feel like I'm a little low in the mix. I don't know. I might have to turn up my mic a tad here, just a smidgen over the top mark. That's probably just something that I'm worried about, but nothing that you will notice. But I noticed it just looking at the levels. Yeah, this channel here, Mega Projects, the huge desert base that doesn't officially exist. Pine Gaparunos. Let's take a learn about that. And then we got other tabs. We'll just cruise along, reacting to different things, having a good old time on a Monday, Wednesday. Not a Monday or a Tuesday, it's a Wednesday. Just before we get in too deep, tomorrow, the 28th of August, that's my 10-year YouTube birthday. This channel will turn 10 tomorrow. What have I got planned for it? Not a lot. Not a lot. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to shoot my regular yearly video that I do. But then I will do a stream. I'll do a stream. We'll chill out. We'll hang out. We'll take our time. We'll talk about things, and maybe we'll go down memory lane. We'll look at some old vlogs. We'll look at some, favorites. Maybe we'll just hang out. We'll just hang out. Have a good time. But 10 years on YouTube tomorrow, and then that means 29th, the day after, That's my actual birthday. And I turn a few more years older than that. I'm just saying 50. Shit. I turned 50 in 2 days. I'm still in my 40s right now, though, so I'm hanging on to that. I'm still in my 40s. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my late 40s. For a little while longer, I can hold on to that. Actually, I don't really give a shit. I mean, you're born, you're supposed to get older, right? It's just a thing, but everybody makes a huge fuss about it. It's kind of funny when you think about it. Why do we celebrate birthdays? What's the idea behind celebrating that you just didn't die for 12 months? All you did was breathe in and out like everybody else. Yeah, congratulations. Well done. What have you done? You haven't done anything. You just breathed in and out. Like, it's not that amazing. You should be giving thanks. You should be praising the parent who gave birth to you on that day. And by the way, why do they call it your happy birthday every year? You only have one birthday. It should be happy remembrance of your birthday. Now that wouldn't fit the song, but you see what I'm saying? It's all screwed up on this planet is what I'm trying to say. And I'm just not reluctant. You know what I am reluctant about? I'm reluctant to, and you might say, yeah, but you're talking about it now. But I'm reluctant to celebrate it. I'm reluctant to make a big thing of it. That's what I'm kind of getting at. And I've been that way in every birthday, really. But I don't know, like, it doesn't feel like I should be getting praised for simply not dying. That's effectively what a happy birthday message is effectively saying, nice work. You just existed. You just managed to do what everybody else is doing. But then again, people die all the time, right? People are dying. People are dying. Children are dying. The worst thing is when children die. People can die. I can die, right? I mean, to be frank, if I did die, there's no way I could complain. No way I could complain about my existence. I've had a very good run, extremely good run. A lot of fun, a lot of good times, a lot of memories, a lot of good times, a lot of memories. I've had a good time. I cannot complain. No chance. If I did, I wouldn't have any grounds to stand on. So that's happening, regardless of whether I want it or like it or approve of it. It's happening. And, well, we're going to hang out. I guess that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time. That's arguably the best thing about it. Have you also noticed my angle's a little higher than usual? I changed my, you know what? I don't like that either. I got to fix that. The camera's got to go up a bit. What's it called? The scale of thirds. Not right. I'm too high. I need to be like this. I need to be about here. But that'd be me slouching. I don't know. It's not that bad. But it is bad, but it's not that bad. But I'm a perfectionist. Why is this all wobbling as well? Shit, everything's gone to hell. Let's quit. I'm over. I'm done with it. No, I'm not. I am interested. Oh, by the way, I did go and have a look at DLive. I don't know if anyone's on DLive. Do we have any viewers on the DLive machine, or are they all busy watching hardcore porno? DLive is just playing absolute hardcore porn right there on the site. It's a wonder these channels. I mean, I watched the channel. It's been live for 20 hours, and it's just screaming. It's just streaming hardcore porn, and it's been live so nobody gives a flying fuck over there anymore. 20 hours that channel was live for. I screenshotted two channels, one that was live for about 4 hours, one that's been live for 20 hours. They're donatable. They're channels, they've got like 60 viewers. They're just literally broadcasting porn. Yo, Davo on DLive, how you doing, man? What are you doing watching my channel, man? There's better things to watch on DLive, you know? Go over and go to the movie world category and just scroll down and have a good look, man. Look, hey, should be clear, not against porn. The point I'm making here is DLive was once a very strict and rule-centric platform, whereas if you didn't follow the rules, like I didn't, apparently, you'd get booted. I got booted, right? And I got booted for asking questions, not breaking any streaming rules. I got booted from the Discord just for simply asking the questions about extremely important things, financial things. But apparently now you can do whatever the hell you want over there. So anybody looking to, oh shit, no. I'll walk that one back. I was about to say something horrible, but whatever you want to do in the live streaming world, you can do it on DLive, is what I'm understanding. I don't know if there's any talk in the Discord about it because I'm not allowed in that Discord. So there could be some other partnered streamers like I am that could be talking about this. I'm a partner over there. I'm partnered, right? I'm not allowed to involve myself in the partnership program, but I am in the partnership program. I wonder if any other big partners are over there actively discussing what's going down in DLive town. Pretty funny. Not funny, ha, just funny, notable. And look, having said that, I'm streaming right now on, oh shit. That was weird. Okay, there's been some issues. I'm streaming on a porn website myself right now. It's called FC2. It's a Japanese porn site that I stream on. It works. Nothing against it. Oh, look. Hey, by the way, Davo, thank you for chatting because now we're seeing, I added, Sophia said, remember last stream, she said, by the way, certainly when you cut to this, you can't see the comments. So we put some opacity behind them. Now it looks way cleaner, way easier to see. I don't know what I was thinking not having that before. That looks so much nicer, so much punchier. Yeah, stoked. So what I plan on doing here is going and grabbing myself a coffee, lovely coffee, and a cookie. And then we'll come in and we'll check out this Pine Gap story, the huge desert. I was about to say desert, the huge desert base that doesn't officially exist. If that's okay with you, say nothing in the chat and I'll know that it's good. I'll give you a little surfing clip here in the interim. And this is a clip that I didn't do today because I'm still got my stitches in. Hey, Flowski, say nothing in the chat over on Kick. How you doing, man? Flowski, good to see you. Look at this. These are coming out. No, that's not right. They're not coming out. I'm getting this I'm getting the wound. They're redoing the package, the bandaging. But there was good swell out there today. You do what makes you happy, bro. Thank you, Davo. And I definitely do that. I will do that. I'll continue to do that. Here comes the surfing clip. I'll be right back. And you know, if I'm not back in time, you know what you're going to see? You're going to see a blowfly doing aerobics on a piece of styrofoam. Yes, you will. Well, back. Hello, Skins. Coffee. Hello. Pine Gap, the huge desert base that doesn't officially exist. Let's see what it's all about.
Just outside of Alice Springs, deep in the Australian desert, rest some 45 giant white domes. Now, to most, they just look like oversized golf balls scattered across the red sand and scrub brush. Curious? But their significance is actually far more profound, because this is Pine Gap, a facility so secretive that most Australians know more about Area 51 than what's happening in their own backyard.
Interesting.
Run jointly by the US and Australia, Pine Gap sits at the heart of a global surveillance network, collecting satellite data, intercepting signals, and guiding military operations across continents. Built for isolation, Pine Gap is hidden deep in the Northern Territory, far from cities, shielded from interference, and off limits to nearly everybody. And yet, despite the heavy silence that surrounds it, details have gradually surfaced through declassified documents, whistleblower accounts, and persistent investigative work. What is known and what still remains shrouded in mystery continues to fuel questions. So let's unpack what Pine Gap is, how it came to be, what takes place inside its domes, and why this secretive desert outpost is quite so fascinating. White domes in the desert. Alright, so to understand Pine Gap's function, it does help to begin with what can be directly observed or confirmed. Seems like a great place to start. The facility's physical layout, geographic placement, and visible infrastructure offer some important clues about Pine Gap's operation.
So I just wonder if this gentleman is going to take a visit out there. I mean, I'm still ramping up and down these volume knobs here. I went out there and met the sign that says you can't go any further. This is the end of the... You're on a public road, right? You're on a public... It's only 17 kilometers out of Alice Springs. You're on a public road. You're driving along, and then you get to a sign that says military base ahead, turn around and immediately, no further access. And so I got out and planked in front of the sign. By the way, those planking videos from that road trip have started appearing on my YouTube, on this YouTube channel that you're watching right now. Every day at 2 a.m., a planking video from that road trip pops up. And coming up, I guess in a week or two, maybe a bit longer, you'll see the one at Pine Gap. Yeah. But yeah, I wonder if this gentleman went out there.
Although access is heavily restricted, its appearance and its footprint tell a clear story of purpose, scale, and coordination. Now, Pine Gap is situated 18 kilometers southwest of Alice Springs in a desert basin known as Pine Valley. The site was selected for its isolation, its stable terrain, and minimal radio interference. Its distance from population centers makes access easier to manage and reduces external signals. These conditions support uninterrupted satellite communication while deterring the curious. Now, the most recognizable features are, of course, those white domes, which are officially known as radomes. These enclosures house satellite dishes and antennas, protecting their sensitive equipment and outside observers from seeing where the dishes are pointed. According to confirmed sources, the site has 45 radomes, most of which support satellite control and signal collection. The compound also includes technical...
I always thought, and I don't know if this is right or wrong, but I always thought it was American. It was an American military base run by Australians. Is that correct? American military base manned by Australians.
Buildings, access roads, and a robust security infrastructure. A high fence marks the perimeter, the airspace above
there it is.
Permanently restricted.
There it is. No through road, joint defense facility, Pine Gap, prohibited area, turn around now. I planked in front of that sign.
And surveillance systems operate around the clock. Now, the facility's official title is the Joint Defense Facility Pine Gap. At the time of its establishment, it was called the Joint Defense Space Research Facility. Now, while that name still appears in official records, most people just call it Pine Gap. Informal terms such as the satellite base or the spy station are also common among locals. Pine Gap is active and continues to expand, with its systems updated over time to support new intelligence missions. Current developments suggest that it's going to remain central to Allied surveillance programs for the foreseeable future.
Allied surveillance.
China's growing regional influence.
Allied surveillance. So we're working in conjunction with other Yahooses.
And its expanding military, coupled with express designs on Taiwanese unification, Pine Gap is now more important than ever as an important cog in the global machinery of Western intelligence. But Pine Gap didn't begin as a high-tech surveillance hub. It started amid Cold War concerns and a quiet agreement between the two governments. Over time, it evolved into one of the most important intelligence facilities outside the US. In the 1960s, the United States was searching for a better way to monitor Soviet missile tests. They needed a ground station in the southern hemisphere, and Australia, of course, fit the requirements. Why satellites weren't enough? Soviet missile test sites were located deep in Kazakhstan and Siberia, areas inaccessible to Western intelligence. Although satellites could fly overhead and collect telemetry data, there was a problem. Satellites have limited time over any given location due to the Earth's rotation. A satellite might only be in the right position to intercept signals for minutes at a time.
This man is talking very quiet and very loudly at the same time. His voice is not very compressed. It's dropping in and out of up and down at all kinds of volumes.
Before continuing on its orbit. But that doesn't explain why they needed a southern hemisphere ground station, does it? While the Earth's rotation and orbital mechanics mean that many Soviet missile tests could only be monitored actively from that region, ground stations provide continuous, high-quality signal interception that satellites alone just can't match. A well-placed ground station can capture the entire flight profile of a test missile, not just brief snapshots.
So it's nothing to do with Australia. It's just simply because of the physical location Australia finds itself in. The physical on the atlas where Australia lays.
Of it. And Australia fits the ground station requirements perfectly for several crucial reasons.
Bingo bango.
The location needed to be remote enough to avoid radio interference from cities and television stations, which could mask the ghostly signals from Soviet missiles. It also required political stability and absolute trustworthiness. Sharing America's most sensitive intelligence capabilities demanded total confidence in the host nation. Furthermore, it had to be positioned ideally to see over the curve of the Earth toward those Soviet test sites.
Whoa. The curve of the Earth now? When did the Earth have a curve? I'm a flat earther, right? Aren't you all on the internet flat earthers? Shit, this guy's talking rubbish. Holy shit.
It, of course, checked all the boxes. It offered virtually an endless empty space with low levels of radio noise. It had a strong alliance with the US, and it provided an optimal southern hemisphere location to further bolster America's surveillance network. A joint agreement. In 1966, both countries signed an agreement to build the facility. Publicly, it was labeled a space research station, and the US led operations while Australia provided support. Construction began shortly after the agreement, and within 3 years, Pine Gap was operational. Its initial task was to collect and process missile telemetry from Soviet tests, a function that allowed analysts to assess weapons capabilities and treaty compliance. Now, the precise nature of this work was, of course, kept confidential. It was actually even kept confidential from Australia's lawmakers. During the 1980s and 90s, Pine Gap underwent significant...
Only someone that's not Australian would call it Australia. By the way, this guy's compensating, right? Bald men with big beards compensating for the lack of hair up here, putting it all down there. Just accept it, dude. Shave that crap off.
Expansion. More radomes were constructed, communication systems received upgrades, and the facility's mission shifted from passive data collection to active military support. It began hosting early warning systems and contributed to battlefield intelligence. Since the early 2000s, Pine Gap has continued to evolve. Enhancements have included infrared tracking, missile detection technology, and antennas capable of locking onto multiple satellites simultaneously. Around 2008, the installation of a Taurus antenna further supercharged Pine Gap's data handling capacity. But you might be wondering, well, how do we know what we know about a site that prefers such a great amount of secrecy? Well, in part, it's actually thanks to Google Earth, the same technology that helps you navigate through traffic. Satellite images clearly show new antennas sprouting up, while aerial reconnaissance revealed shapes that experts identified as familiar antenna types. And of course, there's Edward Snowden, whose leaks confirmed what many had long suspected. Academics have been digging into this mystery for years. Desmond Ball, for example, sifted through publicly available government contracts and analyzed electromagnetic signals to piece together Pine Gap's evolution. Through painstaking effort, he revealed a surprising amount about what goes on behind the fences. Today, the Australian government admits that Pine Gap is a joint intelligence base, though it stops short of providing further details. Anyone can see the giant radomes from miles away, yet if you try to get close enough to read an equipment label, you're gonna get arrested. The paradox is that Pine Gap is both visible and unapproachable. And only a few years after the base began operations, something actually occurred that threatened to upend both base activities and the agreement between the US and Australia. So let's jump into that, shall we?
So if there's an issue between Australian relations with the US, Pine Gap might be closed, and then America would be like, well, where else can we find that has the access that we need to spy on the Soviets? How about New Zealand?
Crisis. In 1975, Australian Prime Minister Gough Whitlam threatened to reveal details of Pine Gap's operations. His dismissal, shortly afterward, has led to lasting speculation about a connection between his actions and the events that followed. By this time, Whitlam had grown deeply suspicious of American intelligence activities in Australia. When it emerged that the CIA was working in Australia without...
Amrex, how you doing, man? Love your video of Mount Crichton track and how you said, what the Mount Crichton? Are you Kiwi? Mount Crichton is a relatively famous hike. It's not famous, but it's a well-known hike just outside of Queenstown in the South Island, heading towards heading south on Lake Huakatipu, heading towards Moke Lake, the Mount Crichton Trail. There's I did put it in the trail. There is a hut along the way, like an old house that you can stop in and have lunch at. Quite a nice place, yeah. Thank you for going back and watching my old content, Amrex, over on YouTube. Appreciate that. That's fun because that helps the algorithmic algorithm.
Official notification. He became...
I live on the outskirts of Christchurch. Nice, man. Nice. Hell, man, I love New Zealand. Absolutely love it. I got a soft spot for NZ. Beautiful place. Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Furious. He demanded full disclosure of American intelligence gathering and reportedly threatened to expose Pine Gap's real function to the public, an act that could have wrecked the existing agreement. On November the 11th, 1975, Governor-General John Kerr made a startling decision to dismiss Whitlam, despite his parliamentary majority. Officially, Kerr cited a budget deadlock with the Senate as the reason for his action. The timing of these events seemed oddly convenient. Within weeks of threatening to expose American intelligence...
Also, I like how you said, I don't want to dispute that Lake Dispute is there. Yeah, there's a lake there called Lake Dispute. It's either the beginning of the trail or the end of the trail, depending on which way you go. Yeah, Lake Dispute. I think I argued with myself up there as well. I was like having a big discussion against myself, and I was like, stop disputing myself, something stupid like that. It was an easy gag. The other gag that I like that I made, which is a bit more smarter, there's... on the way to Moke Lake, as you leave the, I can't remember the name of the main artillery road from Queenstown to Glenorchy, but as you leave that road and start climbing up, there is a side road called Corsican Drive. And I made a gag on that video. I was saying, now you can either walk to Moke Lake or you can cycle, and if you have a car, of course you can drive. And I thought that was more funny, but nobody ever made a comment on that one. I thought that was a smart, funny gag. It's called Lake Dispute because sometimes disputes arose over water and mining claims. Yeah, right. Man, it's a beautiful lake too. I mean, all of the lakes really, but Moke Lake, in my mind, Moke Lake and Lake Hayes, which is the real big one on the other side of Queenstown as you're coming in from Cromwell. Moke Lake and Lake Hayes, they're my two favourites. Obviously, they're all wonderful and they're all incredible. And some of them I don't even know the names. At the very end of that road that goes to Glenorchy, there's a Lake Diamond Lake. Had a great time there fishing and hanging out with Sharon and Dom. Yeah, awesome, man. Don't start me talking about Queenstown. I want to go back there, dude. It's so nice. So great over there.
A sitting prime minister was removed from office. Although no direct evidence has emerged proving American involvement, the speculation has persisted for nearly 50 years. For many Australians, the sacking of Whitlam remains a point of debate about sovereignty and alliance obligations and whether Pine Gap secrets were worth protecting at all costs.
It's only 3 hours from Sydney. Yeah, but the trouble is, Amrex, if I wanted to go over there, I'd want to go there to live there. Like, I've now lived there twice for extended periods, and if I went back there again, I'd need to be cashed up, right? I need to have a lot of money because it's extremely expensive. I want to buy something there, and it would be more of a permanent move, like take everything from here over there kind of thing. It's just such a beautiful country, and there's so much natural beauty and so much cool stuff to do. Especially in the South Island and down the Otago region, and not just for snowboarding. That's like a pastime, I guess. I'm getting older, and that you not really so much, but just being in that climate where they look up and there's just epic mountains covered in snow, and this is so beautiful. Something really nice about snow falling in town. Like everything gets quiet when the snow falls. It just makes everything like the sound. It's like a sound deadening. It's really rad. I love it. I love it, man.
Facilities also faced public protests, notably during the
Queenstown,
Iraq
stunning,
War,
fully.
and reports of drone targeting.
Fully stunning.
Leaks, freedom of information requests, and independent investigations have since uncovered Pine Gap's role in the Five Eyes intelligence network and in large military operations. Although Australia now plays a
Wanaka
larger
is
role-
cool too. People there are snobby of tourists. Yeah, Wanaka.
They haven't updated the process, so
Hey,
I haven't
Comtech.
made the change. That's hands on.
Hey, Comtech.
It's a collar up a chicken up a pocket pop totally. Cabbage and a call with an inch in a save of the shaven.
Hey, Comtech, thank you so much for resubscribing on Kick, dude. I see that you've been a sub for 9 months now. That's rad, dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Comtech. Thank you, man. So yeah, Wanaka or Wanaka, definitely a little bit more snooty. Yeah, they're separate from we're the better Queenstown. We're not so touristy. Yes, you are. You're both tourist towns.
The United States continues to maintain technical control. What we know. Pine Gap is frequently described as a joint facility, a characterization that is accurate and also vague. While many details remain classified, enough information is available to explain its primary functions.
This guy's doing the greatest job to convince us he's just talking, but he's actually reading a teleprompter. But because of his eyes and I don't know, this video doesn't seem focused very well. I checked the resolution and it's the highest it can go. But he seems to be, he's watching a teleprompter, but he's convincing with his body motions that he's making this up on the go.
Technical systems and its modern role in military and surveillance. Pine Gap gathers electric signals transmitted via satellites. These signals include telemetry data from missiles, radar emissions, and communication traffic. Once collected, the data is filtered and analyzed for content and behavioral patterns. The resulting information is then shared with intelligence agencies to support review and response planning. Another major function is satellite communication interception. Pine Gap captures...
By the way, what's all this crap on the...
Another major function...
What's all this crap in the back here? Look at his studio, dude. That's a mess back there. What do you got going on down there? Pick that shit up. Look at all that crap in his back. What, all this plastic and books laying all over the place? Is that meant to prove that he's more intelligent than the rest of us? B Nutsa. Moin. Hey, B Nutsa. How you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy. Over on the DLive machine.
Is satellite communication interception. Pine Gap captures signals passing through foreign communication satellites, including voice calls, text messages, and encrypted data. The facility records the origin and path of these signals, helping to map global communication networks. Analysts then use this information to identify security risks and investigate targets of interest.
Oh, isn't this wonderful?
The facility also supports missile defense systems by receiving infrared data from satellites designed to detect heat signatures. When a launch occurs, Pine Gap calculates the missile's likely trajectory and sends alerts to defense coordination centers. These alerts provide early notice for potential interception or evacuation depending on the situation. Pine Gap further contributes to tracking near-Earth objects by monitoring the position of satellites, debris, and other orbital structures. This data is used to maintain satellite safety, observe foreign spacecraft activity.
So all of this conversation about what this place does is based upon... Who did that on DLive? Who's doing that on DLive? Wow! Peanutsa, thank you for the donation, man. Thank you, dude. Yeah, all of this clarifying of what happens at Pine Gap, it's for the good of both countries, right? Like everybody's, oh, it's Pine Gap, it's so mysterious and we should know. No, it's security. It's meant to protect us and protect America. So like, You don't know about it, and you're not meant to because you're not involved in the security of both of those nations. You're just a civilian living in those nations. Do you have to know? No, you just accept that they're secure, right? They're looking after our interests. Everybody gets so caught up in it. Oh, we must know. We must have the files. We must see it. No, you don't. You don't need to know anything, dude. Just exist and live and know that you're being protected.
Usual movement in space. It's going to be first to know about the aliens, isn't it? Finally, the site functions as a relay for military communications. It connects satellites with ground forces operating in Asia, the Pacific, and the Middle East. These links carry encrypted messages.
I guarantee if the opposite was the case and anybody could go there and sit in the meetings and watch, nobody would. Nobody would go. If it was like, oh yeah, you want to come and hang out at Pine Gap? Sure, come on in. Chill out. We got this on the schedule. We got to talk to these people. We got to have this meeting. We got to do that. We got to be like, boring. Not going there. You mean I got to go all the way to Alice Springs and then drive out to Pine Gap? Hell no, they wouldn't do it. Net TV with the follow over on DLive. He's back on DLive. What the hell? Did you unfollow me and then refollow? Thank you, Netskis. Yeah, like I say, if it was open for the general public, nobody would give a shit about it. But because it's locked down, everybody wants to go there. So crazy.
Drone feeds and mission data, enabling real-time coordination during active operations. To perform its core functions, Pine Gap relies on advanced infrastructure.
Dang it, this new
sophisticated
channel wasn't
software
following?
systems.
Oh, you got another new channel over on DLive. Dude, by the way, just because Bnutzer and Netskis are over on DLive, go to the porn stuff and have a look in the comments. I've been leaving comments in those. Before I began this stream, I saw two. So go to Movie World. I won't do it here, obviously, but go to Movie World and you'll see at least two channels. One's been broadcasting for 20 hours, hardcore porno. The other one's been live for about 4 hours. I put comments in the chat like, who's here in 2025? And like, DLive is really changing the game or something like that. Go and have a look at those comments. You have to get a new channel on DLive? Yeah, okay, fair enough. But times have changed over there. You can do whatever you damn well please, apparently, and nobody gives a shit. It's funny, man.
The facility's designed to interface with a wide array of geosynchronous satellites. These satellites, they're managed by the National Reconnaissance Office and other branches of the US defense system. Each satellite is tasked with handling a different type of signal or mission, ranging from communication relaying to surveillance monitoring. One of the site's great advantages is, of course, its southern hemisphere location. This position enables Pine Gap to cover regions that are more challenging to monitor from bases in the northern hemisphere. Such areas include parts of Southeast Asia, the Indian Ocean, Eastern Africa, and the Western Pacific. By addressing this geographic gap, Pine Gap gains access to critical signals that might otherwise remain undetected. Signals arriving at the facility are then processed through a combination of automated and manual review systems. Advanced software is employed to identify key frequencies, flag anomalous behavior,
This man talking like a very deep radio voice. He could be announcing a horse race of some sort.
into distinct categories. Following this,
By the way, I'm completely over this video. This could have gone for 12 minutes. It's now going to go for 20 minutes. There's nothing here, dude. It's just it's a joint surveillance facility from America and Australia to protect the sovereignty and the safety and security of both nations. That's it. There's no conspiracy shit here. It's crazy. People get so caught up in all this. By the way, I'm loving how everything's coming up on my chat now with that background of black. You can see it so cleanly. Even those images come up nicely. I don't really like my new channel, says Netskis. So many people I am not following. Go back and follow everybody, man. Refollow.
Human analysts review the results, compile intelligence summaries, and forward them to partner agencies for further action. Information from Pine Gap can be transferred within seconds to decision makers across the Five Eyes Alliance, allowing collected intelligence to influence live operations as they unfold. Today, the facility is one of the most important intelligence-gathering bases that the US operates outside its own borders. Evidence from leaked documents and independent investigation confirms Pine Gap's involvement in drone strikes, combat planning, and battlefield intelligence. But in these instances, the facility goes beyond mere monitoring. It actively contributes to decisions being made on the ground. Additionally, the facility plays a role in cybersecurity by helping track threats linked to digital infrastructure. This work includes identifying signs.
Oh, wait, Netskis, you lost your channel and they reactivated it, but they didn't give you the affiliate back? But to be fair, man, to be completely fair, what does it mean anyway? Like I'm not throwing any shade at you, but what does it mean to be called an affiliate of DLive right now? And what does it mean? What has it meant for a number of years? Like I'm not trying to poke fun at it, but is there any benefit to being affiliated or partnered for that matter?
Foreign hacking, monitoring suspicious data transfers, and protecting communication satellites from disruption. As cyber operations become increasingly central to global defense strategy, Pine Gap's contribution in this area has grown even more significant. Within the Five Eyes Alliance, its ties have grown stronger. Pine Gap doesn't work in isolation. Instead, it exchanges intelligence with partner nations and supports collaborative operations that span continents. This collaboration involves sharing raw data, confirming reports from other sites, and providing coverage when other facilities are out of range. For a facility as secretive as Pine Gap, public scrutiny has proven surprisingly persistent. Despite limited official information, it has been a constant source of political disagreement, legal challenge, and social protest since its early days. While governments rarely question its strategic value, debates continue over who controls it, what happens inside, and the extent of oversight that exists. The most enduring concern is about sovereignty. Critics argue that Pine Gap gives the US more control than Australia, especially over technical operations. The issue reached national attention in the 70s during the Whitlam government, when questions about American intelligence influence collided with Australian domestic policies. The debate continues as questions about who makes the final decisions inside the facility still appear in parliamentary discussions and national security reviews. And privacy is another major concern. Although Pine Gap is supposed to focus on foreign intelligence, civil liberty groups have raised questions about the scope of its data collection. The concern is not only about who is being watched, but also whether Australian citizens could be affected by operations intended for international targets. With little public access to operational details, those questions, of course, remain unresolved. Its involvement in drone strikes has also brought criticism. Investigative reports and leaked documents suggest that the facility contributes to operations in countries where neither Australia nor the US is formally at war. Critics claim this arrangement
Close
makes
Pine
Australia
Gap,
indirect.
free Palestine? Really? Really? That's tied into that? Jesus.
Directly responsible for outcomes it can't control, including civilian deaths. The site's location also adds another layer of concern. Pine Gap sits on Arrente lands, and indigenous groups, along with environmental advocates, have raised objections to this, not only with regards to the lack of...
So, the Aboriginals don't want it there. Shit. Doesn't leave, like, where else could they put it? It's out the middle of nowhere. No, not good enough.
consultation, but also
Give it back.
the long-term presence.
Give it back. It was never your land. You didn't have the right to build there. Give it back. I don't think they're going to get that one back, you know? You cannot climb the rock. The rock's off limits for climbing, but we're not giving you Pine Gap back. Oh, no, we're well established there. Too bad. Bad luck.
Of a foreign-linked military facility in the area. Even though the facility is fenced and secured, its broader impact on land use and its effect on cultural
I really,
connections...
like, I'm not trying to, like, kick up a storm here, but the whole idea of, like Aboriginal land rights and giving back land that was taken when Australia was first colonized, it's a comical approach to a pretty heavy situation, right? Because think about it. If a group of Aboriginals can form a committee and claim something back, then where does it end? Like, if they get given a parcel of land back and the white Australians say, yeah, we should never have done that, here it is back, well, then they could just keep claiming and say, well, we'll also take, that bit of land where your opera house is and that bit of land where the bridge is. And in fact, that whole harbour, we'll take all that back. You got to get rid of all that stuff, put it back how it was. Like, it sounds crazy, but there's nothing. What's to stop that happening? If you start saying, okay, sorry, yeah, we'll give it back and you can have it and we'll take away what we put there, where does that end? Like, that's not a solution, right? But it appears to be in certain areas where there are certain parts that, let's just say there are elements that are off limits unless you're willing to identify as a certain person. You can't go there. You can't do certain things. So I just don't get it. I don't get what's the point of it and where does it end? Yo, Dalesky, what to do? How you doing, man? Good to see you, Dale. How you going, man?
Remains an
And by the way,
issue.
just on that same same kind of topic, I noticed there's a huge difference in New Zealand and maybe Amrex, if you're still watching, in the difference between New Zealanders and Maoris versus Australians and Australian Aboriginals, there is a huge, it's a world of difference. Like there's no, like there's more of a celebration and a respect both ways of different culture. Whereas in Australia, it seems like if like you go and search up, and you can do it through my TikTok, go and search up Ayers Rock, Uluru, and you look at my videos when I was out there, and you look at the comments in there, people are seething. Like if you just say, if you make one comment and use the word Ayers Rock and not Uluru, holy shit, people get furious. Like, you're a bigot, racist, give it the respect it deserves. It's always been Uluru, it's Uluru. And it's like, well, not when I was a boy. It was Ayers Rock. It was named after the whatever his name, Lord Ayr or whatever the dude's name was that surveyed it. That's what we knew it as. And by the way, it's still called that. There is the only campground. It's a place called Yulara. This is the township. That's the township you've got to go to then jump out to the rock and to the Olgas. That township has the accommodation, and it's called Ayers Rock Campground. Literally, to this day, it's called Ayers Rock Campground. So if it was such an offense, and if it was so horrible and bigoted and racist that you have to call it you have to call it Uluru, wouldn't they have changed the main camping ground? Wouldn't they have made that the first thing they would have changed? Would have been like, okay, that's got to go. But no, nobody gives a shit about it except madmen and women on TikTok. People out there don't give a shit. The traditional owners don't give a shit. It's just TikTok wannabe Karens. It's funny, man. It's funny. Like, and if as soon as you start that conversation, it's like, you racist. It's like, I'm just saying, when I grew up, it was called Ayers Rock. Am I supposed to change everything because it's now changed? You because your kids know it as Uluru, therefore I have to? Well, that's erasing my history, right? I thought we were trying to like preserve history here. Dalesky, I refuse to let the judgments of others deter me from thinking. Good, man. Way to be, man. Netsky's, yes, when they X-tag this one, they'll turn off my control panel. Now it's back. Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I laugh at it, then ignore assholes like that. I mean, it's notable. So we're watching this Pine Gap video, and I started making this the conversation started this way, Dale. But just bless me here for a moment, or embrace me here, humor me here. Don't bless or embrace me, just to humor this. This Pine Gap thing, everybody's getting in their hands up in the air, worried about, well, the security, what's going on there, we need to see, because you can't go out there, right? It's locked off. You can't, you've seen me there when I did my live stream and my plank video. You can't enter this area, so it's all sealed off. It's not for civilians. However, my point is, if it was open to the public and you could go there, I guarantee nobody would give a flying fuck about it. They wouldn't bother going. They'd be like, oh, well, we can go to Pine Gap and sit in and learn about the communications they have with America. Not interested in that shit. But as soon as it's all locked off, it must be some kind of conspiracy. Everybody's like, all over making 20-minute videos online, Yahoo's talking about shit. Boring, right? Like it's only exciting because you're not allowed to go there. Pine Gap is important to Australia and US security. Exactly, right? And that's my point. Like, we don't need to know the inner workings of that security. Like, that's like, if you go to a gig, right? You go to a concert or go to a festival. Do you need to know what the bouncers know about access points, where fire extinguishers are, where's first aid, what's the meeting point should there be an emergency? Do you need to know that? No, you put that into the hands of the security personnel because that's their job. You're there to watch the gig and have a good time. Hopefully you don't need the security, but you need to know that it's there. So that's the same thing here. Like, you don't need to know what they do there. You don't need to know the inners of the workings. You don't need to have access to all their files. You just need to continue living and know that the security of the country is being monitored by, in this case, a joint operation between the Seppos and the Aussies. That's all you need to know. It's funny. It's so funny, though, that everybody gets so intense about it. It's like, yeah, that's crazy. Paranoid conspiracy nutters always obsess about things. Fuck them. But they only obsess, like we saw here before, there was a Free Palestine protest at the gates of Pine Gap. Like, seriously, you're joining those dots now? Let's stretch this and stretch that and put it all together and come up with a big pancake of conspiracy. It's crazy shit.
Western global intelligence depends heavily on Pine Gap. Its work in satellite control, signals collection, and military coordination supports the US and its allies. The scope and reach of its functions makes it one of the most important intelligence facilities outside the US. At the same time, its secrecy continues to raise concerns.
And why is this guy's fucking background so disgusting? What's all this plastic shit hanging around? These books are all on an angle. What's this down here? A little model of something? It's just so dirty back there.
The tension between national security and democratic accountability remains unresolved. As long as Pine Gap remains active, debates about oversight, legal boundaries, and foreign control are going to persist.
Pine Gap, folks, the conspiracy draws thicker and dirtier and deeper. What is this? The Cadillac you cannot buy at a dealership inside the Celestiq. Let's change our tact here and learn about a good-looking car via a good-looking host. Starship 10 yesterday was a huge success. Dalski, I didn't see the launch. You got me a link, man? We might have to play that link, dude. Give me that link.
This is Cadillac's most advanced and expensive vehicle that they've ever made. It's customizable, handmade, and it's all electric. And somebody told us it was a good idea.
An electric Cadillac? Oh, what about the batteries? The batteries, they're going to explode. They're going to have fires. See? Even I'm a conspiracy nutter.
To give me the keys.
I like the interior.
Now this is the Cadillac of Cadillacs.
This is the Celestiq, a 3-ton ultra-luxury land yacht that looks like a concept car that just happens to have snuck out on the roads.
It's really fascinating to see all these individual steps and how it comes together.
Today,
So hang on a second.
the roads.
It's really
Why is she wearing gloves and he's not? I'm sorry, ma'am. You're in a secure area here in our factory. You're gonna have to put these nylon gloves on, the cotton gloves. Yeah, you're gonna have to glove up. But you're not. No. I work here. But we've both got hands. We've both got oil on our hands. No. Just you. Thank you, Dale. I'll grab that out.
fascinating to see all these individual steps and how it comes together.
Today we'll take you behind the scenes where only a few have been granted access to. We'll walk the Celestiq production line and
Just give me a second here to pop this out and grab that linky poop of the Starlink, whatever Dale gave me. Oh, the Falcon 9. What? I grabbed the link. It didn't grab it? Copy link address. I gotcha. Thank you, Dowskis. That's a brief edited version. Yeah, cool. Because I didn't want to do the full countdown. We'll get to this later, but first of all, we're going to learn about this Cadillac.
see if Cadillac's $350,000 bespoke EV can once again reclaim the brand's heritage for being a symbol of prestige.
It's a futuristic liftback with really a concept car aesthetic, and it's bold, it's polarizing, and it's extremely modern.
The Celestiq is not only Cadillac's most expensive vehicle ever made, but it's also the most advanced.
There's 275 patents.
Wait. Hang on. Is she in the actual car? That one's red. It's a concept car. It's gone from yellow to red to black. It's only a concept. How many did they make? Bold, she says. Yeah, it's very bold.
Patented and patent pending technologies built right into this vehicle. It's one of their most advanced vehicles that they've ever built.
By the way, when they say patent pending, it's the dumbest thing ever, right? What's that supposed to invoke? It's patent pending, therefore it's incredible. No, it just means you haven't registered the patent at the patent office. Why did that ever become a thing? Patent pending. Ooh, we must be really excited for this because they've got a patent. They haven't registered it yet. So the patent might get rejected, you know? Like isn't that dumb? Like to try to instill like some kind of vibe about how rad things are? Patent pending, folks.
Starting with this chromatic roof.
Listen to how she said it.
It's one of their most advanced vehicles that they've ever built. Starting with this.
Oh, wait. I didn't get far back enough.
The most advanced.
There's 275 patented and patent pending technologies built right into this vehicle.
There's 275 patented and patent pending. each, or in that 275 that did get patented, some of them are pending?
One of their most advanced vehicles that they've ever built, starting with this chromatic roof.
So we have a technology in our glass roof. We've divided all 4 quadrants of the car, so each seating position can choose the amount of dimming that they want to have in their seating. So maybe somebody is using a screen and somebody else wants it to be
Oh, that's
daylight.
rad.
You can have a
That's like a
different
big
amount of
lamp.
dimming in each of the 4 positions.
What?
And then we also have ambient lighting through the roof. So there's a pattern that you can see when it's dark
Holy
and when
shit.
it's lit, and then there's an endless array of any color that you would like.
We also have a
Whoa.
55-inch LED touchscreen, but of course you probably don't want to be touching
A 55-inch LED touchscreen. 55-inch? That's the whole width of the vehicle. That's amazing.
it and getting your fingerprints all over it. So we have the dial down here, and you can see we have the return of the Cadillac Goddess. I love that that's in this vehicle. And there's so many different nods to heritage as well. We have the different vehicles, their flagship vehicles, all built in right here, as well as this steering wheel kind of has that retro vibe. And then everything you've seen here that looks like metal is real metal.
We had to start from scratch, which is an engineer's dream, to start a car from scratch and design it from the ground up. So this is not based on any other architecture or any other vehicle
Looks nice.
that we have here at GM. This is truly unique.
With all the electric startups these days, it's easy to forget about cars with heritage. But Cadillac has been around for a while. They started in 1902, and they were known for their futuristic and bold design choices, kind of like this 1959 Eldorado. And did you know?
Last day before the big 50. Enjoy your youth. Come on, man. There's 2 days. The 29th. I'm still in my 40s, man, for 2 more days. Give me a break. Come on, dude. Don't push me that fast. You know, let me enjoy these last 2 days of my youth.
That they were the first to put rockets on the back of their vehicles? In the past 2 decades, Cadillac has embraced more of an edgy vibe, but before that era, it was known to past generations for being a bit more out there with chrome.
Why can't they redesign these kind of cars? Like, what? Make them electric. That one looks better. Yeah, right on, B-Nutser. I thought it was 28th. No, but 28th is my channel birthday. My channel turns 10 28th, and I turn 50 on the 29th.
Chrome, fins, and rocket-shaped designs. So how do you take this legacy, turn it electric, and make the Celestiq a completely bespoke flagship with limited units going into production that will compete with Rolls-Royce and Bentley? So I feel like there are some unique retro little areas in here.
We tried to pay homage to our heritage. So if you look, we have a couple of our heritage vehicles here. This is a Cadillac V16 from 1934. This is the 1959 Eldorado, but sometimes we have the 57 Eldorado Brougham here. At the time, that was the most expensive vehicle in the world. So Cadillac has a very strong heritage of being the flagship luxury vehicle. So we were working to bring that heritage back. So you'll see some design elements in the car where we've brought back some of the design elements. If you come over here, we've added our Cadillac Goddess. So this, you see, this was our Cadillac logo back in the 50s, and we've brought that back.
That makes me so happy to see that, to see the little goddess. It's like, I don't know, it's like a little spark of joy when you see that. All right, guys, this is one of the most useful and affordable tools that I keep in my garage, and actually I keep it in both of my cars at all times. This is the L7 3-in-1 portable tire inflator. Thanks to Ash.
This is throwing an ad in there very quickly there. That kind of looks rad though. Little tire inflator.
Astro AI for sponsoring this video. They're known for premium tire inflators.
So here's a mini water bottle, and you can see it's almost the exact same size. It weighs.
All right.
It has a 4th you can use for your car shut off feature when you're in the second. So you get yours, check out. All right, let's get back to the video.
Thanks.
So this is the charge part. This lights up at night, and then there's just a button here, and it opens.
And then this lights up right here. Is this a charging indicator?
That is your charging indicator. Yep.
Okay.
It'll flash green while it's charging, and then solid green when it's finished. So same philosophy of how we charge, how we run our infotainment system as the rest of the Cadillac lineup. So it'll feel familiar to you if you're driving a Cadillac Escalade IQ. You can get into this vehicle. It'll feel familiar from a software and interface standpoint. We've wanted to do a flagship for a period of time on Cadillac, and we've talked
Flagship? Flag car, right?
about it. We've not done it. We've had sketches. We didn't do it. And they said, let's make this car. This is the car. It's going to be electric because that's the future for Cadillac. So let's make that car.
Cadillac has fully committed to an all-electric lineup with its Lyriq, Optiq, Vistiq, and Escalade IQ. The Celestiq takes it up a notch as the halo vehicle for the brand. All hand-built with over 93 paint colors and 350,000 possible build combinations, aiming to restore Cadillac's so-called standard of the world legacy.
All hand built. Sounds expensive if you have a fender bender and you've got to replace a part. Yeah, that'll be $7,000. For that little bit of plastic? Yeah, but I got to do it by hand.
There's some similarities.
There are some similarities. Yeah.
Lots of options to just check and make sure we are going towards the right direction.
So you can, if somebody has something specific they want, you can actually go out and source those things for them and then put it into the vehicle, even if it's not something we're seeing here today.
Yes.
With a starting price of $340,000, the Celestiq has slim competition in this category, with the Rolls-Royce Spectre being the only EV in this space. Only 25 Celestiqs will be built this year, nearly all of which have already been accounted for.
So it is a production car. You just can't buy it at a dealership, but you can buy it if you got $340K.
And Cadillac hopes this combination of futuristic tech coupled with its brand heritage separate it from the pack.
When you
Nevsky, Cadillac is on a comeback F1 announcement as well. Is that right? Okay. 349K. Yikes. Yeah. Want to sell a little Ethereum there, Dalesky? You want to sell a little Ethereum? Might be able to afford one. Just saying.
this in photos or when you're watching it in video, it looks so different than what I'm seeing here in person. Because you're like, how does this all fit together?
See, I thought it was a concept car like that camper we looked at the other week. Oh, hell to the no. You're not going to get rid of any of that. I know. You've got a little bag of Ethereum there.
Beautiful when you actually see it because it's like, I mean, what are these, 23 inches?
Yes.
They're big wheels. It's longer than an Escalade.
Yes.
But at the same time, it works together. And then
we haven't heard the fuel range, like the charge range and all that shit yet. Almost as foolish as to selling Bitcoin to buy a Rolex. Ooh, well, that would be dumb, wouldn't it?
hood or the bonnet is really long and wide as well.
It is the largest hood we've made, all made out of carbon fiber, molded in the shape that we wanted.
And then the material here, is this carbon fiber or what are the different panels?
That was a slight dig at the H-Man? Wait. Did he own some Bitcoin and sell it to buy a Rolex? Or is that what he was instructing me to do? Yeah. See if you can find the advert that Cadillac did for the F1 today gives. I won't be searching it up. You can if you want.
So the panels are carbon fiber. So the body structure is underneath, and then the panels are carbon fiber. The hood is carbon fiber. The doors we had to make out of a sheet molding compound because the radars can't see through carbon fiber.
It's a movie advert. Okay.
We spent a lot of time. The team spent a ton of time working through how to hide all the sensors and all the cameras, because in a lot of vehicles you'll see cameras and sensors around the front and around the rear, but we worked really hard to hide them underneath all of the panels so that you don't see them. So if you look inside the rear, we've got a very large aluminum trim ring here. And this is, again, where we tried to utilize some
That's weird.
unique manufacturing processes.
Wait. Why would they do that? That means you can fit less stuff in it. The stuff you fit in's got to get through that gap. That's a bit strange.
A very large piece of aluminum in a mold, and we heat it up almost to the melting point, and then you blow a little air on it and it just melts itself down into the mold to create the shape so that it's a single piece with no seams and a nice brushed aluminum finish.
It's really interesting. And then this opens up and there's a small front trunk inside as well.
A frunk.
It's really stunning. It sort of like takes your breath away because it's unique, it's different, and it's like futuristic as well, which I think,
I got you, Dale.
going back to Cadillac's history, original cars that came out with Cadillac were known for being kind of modern and futuristic, and you've brought a lot of that in with this.
Yeah, Cadillac.
I got that out as well. I'll dump that in here. I got it there. It's only 20 seconds. We'll watch it after this.
Has always been known to bring technology in. Cadillac has been our technology leader, and we bring technology in here first to help continue to advance where we're going and what we're doing, and then we can take some of that technology and some of the learnings that we learn doing a vehicle like this and apply it.
Put it in 4K.
Across the rest of the portfolio. We had to start from scratch, which is an engineer's dream, to start a car from scratch and design it from the ground up. So this is not based on any other architecture or any other vehicle that we have here at GM. This is truly unique. It's a luxury vehicle, but we also wanted it to have that sports sedan feel. So it's got a lot of technology in the suspension system that allows it to have the really great ride and the really great handling. So added our MR dampers. We have an active roll control in this car, which is unique for this car, that keeps it planted. So when you go around a corner, you don't get any body roll. It keeps the car very planted at all four corners. We've got air suspension at all four corners to give it that extra ride. And we've also got rear wheel steering. So with the long wheelbase, it's nice to make it maneuverable in a parking lot or even driving down the road. It gives it that extra maneuverability.
I love that there's no door handles.
Yes.
That's really cool.
That is the sleekest door handle you can have, is no door handle. So yeah, we have power doors. So with just a button, they open and close. You also, from the front command center, you can open and close all four. So if your driver pulls up, they can open the door for you. You don't even have to touch the button, and they can close it for you as well. We have radars that we built into the doors so that if you're parked close to somebody or somebody's standing there, they'll stop, so they won't just keep opening. So we tried to think through everything.
That's pretty cool.
The driver's door, when you get in, if you step your foot on the brake, the door will close for you, the car will start.
The Celestiq's unique design process also required a one-of-a-kind manufacturing technique.
So a couple of the other things that we've done special on this car. So I mentioned 3D printing. A good example of that is this steering wheel surround. So this part, this is all one piece, and it's 3D printed. And because you wouldn't be able to get it out of a die in that shape. So in a die, you have to have everything designed in the same direction to be able to pull the part out of the die. Otherwise, you can't get it out, and we had unique shapes that we wanted, so we had to find a different way to make it. And then one of the really unique things we did, so these are backlit.
What are you,
so
Steve
all
Jobs?
Your switches are a capacitive touch sensitive switch through the aluminum, through the metal. And if you typically try to laser through aluminum, it gets too hot and it'll deform. So we had to find a different way to do it. So our team went out and they found a laser from the medical industry that's used in microsurgery that does a very, very short, very, very fast pulse, and that allows us to get the spacing in to have the backlighting come through those switches at night without deforming the aluminum. So really thinking differently in everything we do on this car. If it looks like metal.
It's interesting new tech. They're pushing the envelope. They are, for sure. Cadillac signed Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez. Oh, these are race drivers? Yeah, okay, interesting.
Metal on the interior, it is metal. There is no plastic in our interior. This adjustable guide loop, which is not a glamorous part usually for the seatbelt, but we wanted to make that also out of metal. Again, no plastic in the vehicle. But that is the first safety feature we've ever made out of 3D printing because it has to function in a crash. It has to meet all of our safety requirements. So we validated the process of 3D printing it and validated the part, and we actually broke the test tool when we were trying to measure its strength. It was so strong.
You love the
more than
seats?
meets the requirements, but it's the first time we've 3D printed
They look
a
nice.
safety feature, and we're pretty proud of that. Michelin
Elegant.
has allowed us, we're one of only a couple, I think, in the world that allowed us to put a logo on the side. So this is our Cadillac Mondrian pattern that's molded right into the side of the tire to make it special.
Yeah, I've never seen a tire with the design elements built into it like that, but that's really unique.
Right.
And
It's
special.
very special for Celestiq. You'll see we continue the philosophy of hiding the sensors. We don't want you seeing sensors, so we made sure that they can read through the panels that we have here. This is,
I can see them.
again, a single piece of billet aluminum that's molded and brushed to give that nice, clean appearance. When you charge, your charge indicators for how full your battery is will light up here.
Cool
So
lighting.
if you open the cup holders, you'll see that on that metal piece, we've designed in our inspiration vehicles from our heritage. So it has the 1934 V16. It's got the 1957 Eldorado Brougham and Celestiq.
Am I allowed to?
Yes,
I'm like, oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. I love that. These little details are just so fun and unique. Wow. And then you also have, wow.
You see the Cadillac Goddess again in the multifunction controller.
Yes.
Imagine dropping a coffee all over that, spilling it everywhere. Where are the USB ports?
And
I
then
love the Goddess.
we've etched in our build location coordinates here, latitude and longitude, so you can Google that and see where your car was built.
That's
The
weird.
Celestiq packs a 111 kilowatt-hour battery with a rated
we
range
go.
of 303 miles.
Oh,
it
shit.
features the
303. Hey Siri, what's 303 miles in kilometers?
303 miles is 487.63 kilometers.
Okay. Most EVs are around about the 500, 550 mark. It's a little shy of that. It's awesome, but does it wash my dirty dishes and wipe my bum? Because it does
same
not.
dual motors you'll find in the Lyriq V, outputting 655 horsepower and a 0 to 60 at 3.7 seconds. It's both quicker and has more range than the Spectre.
So after you design your one-of-one vehicle, they actually have to build it. So we're in the Artisan Center where they're actually building them behind us.
Its production line contrasts GM's other lines where robots and automation account for 90% of the process, where here, nearly the entire vehicle is pieced together by hand.
This is the beginning point of General Assembly. We have 7 stations here online. So we have our IP sub-assembly, or some people refer to it as the cockpit. And then we have our
cool.
center console sub-assemblies as well. So what's unique to our facility here is we don't receive any of these sub-assemblies from any third-party suppliers. Our skilled team builds these from absolute start to finish. Not only do we build them, but then once we get done building them, we have inline quality checks here. You can see all these blue connectors hanging here. We will plug them into all of the connectors coming off of either the IP or the center consoles and test them electrically.
Concept cars are used to show off and test new ideas, but this is a concept car which you can purchase, which I find intriguing. Yeah, it's kind of rad. It's kind of rad.
Continuity, that the modules are talking, that everything that the team was supposed to secure and supposed to connect was indeed completed to the specifications. The team has the capability of hooking the vehicle up to what's called a rotisserie. That means that we're able to pin the vehicle in the front and the back and rotate it on its axis on any side we need. That allows our artisans to get into the most optimal position in order to install our main body wire harnesses, modules, push pins, make any connections that they need, so that way they have the minimal amount of strain on themselves, but more importantly, puts them in the absolute best position in order to install those components in the vehicle.
Which means if you need to change any of those components yourself, you're shit out of luck. It's like working on a Mitsubishi Delica. You just can't quite get in there. Some of those components incorporated in cheaper models. True. You'll need Bitcoin to buy one. Yes, you'll need at least 3 Bitcoin and then some.
And you guys can probably tell as we're walking through here, all these people have been handpicked. They're all artisans. They're craftsmen. They can build a car from start to finish themselves.
Cohen, the Hasbarian, I need a truck rotisserie. I need everything on a rotisserie to get to it. It is funny thinking about buying, one of these with like 3 Bitcoin. What did that dude buy the pizzas for in 2010 or something? 100,000 Bitcoin or something? Are links allowed? Yeah, you can put links in the chat, but I don't know if we'll get to them. We've already got a few tabbed out already.
As they're going through, they're checking everything by hand, by computer, all these different layers of quality control, and they actually only build 2 cars a day because of all the steps that are needed to make sure the quality is amazing.
Once we get the notification to start building the vehicle, once we have all of our parts, our material team will start to pull them together and kit all of the parts for that particular vehicle in its designated locations. That way, when it gets here to our artisan team, it eliminates the waste, where they don't have to search for parts. Everything that they would need for that particular station is there, readily available for them. in perfect quality. They just have to remove it from the material rack and then start to install it to the vehicle.
Wow. I'm sort of like,
I'm not being dumb, but that would actually be a pretty cool job. Like if I could go back and do it all again, working in a, like not working in a production line for a vehicle company, but working in a production line for handmade vehicles such as this Cadillac would actually be pretty interesting. For your info, Ben and B Nutzer is a DLive Guardian for whatever that's worth. Whoa, really? I might have to have a chat with you, B Nutzer.
when you do Legos, and each, like, there's the little bags that come in the Lego box when you're building something really big, and you have like all the different pieces laid out for you, and you do one bag at a time. Each little area in here is essentially like all those pieces that you'll need.
Similar to what Tesla does with Cybertruck and Model Y, Celestiq also utilizes mega castings, bringing 6 main castings together, including GM's first full underbody casting.
This vehicle is comprised of...
Maybe he can help you get back on DLive Discord. I don't have any hope of that happening. I love that you've told me that B Nutzer is a DLive Guardian, but I have zero faith in anything like that happening. But thank you anyway. I was more going to ask him about the porno on DLive. That's what I was going to ask about.
Castings, 2 in the front, 2 here in the middle, and 2 in the rear. In a normal body shop, you might get, close to 1,000 sub-assembly metal components that come together that need to get welded. You can have overlap of dimensional and quality and stack up of tolerances that might not lead to the best dimensional integrity. With this vehicle, you don't have that because you have fewer components that are machined to such tight precisions that allow us to build a very dimensionally solid and good quality vehicle. Once we start building it, this unit will only go into the vehicle that it is assigned to.
Be nuts that we've already got that Formula One ad. We've got that tabbed out already. It's only 20 seconds long. We've already got that out. Thank you anyway.
So that's where we have all of our scanning and all of our torque checks that as much as we could potentially interchange, we don't do that. When it's built specifically for that unit, so that way we have tracking and what we call traceability. So that way we know all of these torques, all of these components, all of the shocks with the air suspension that we scanned and tied to vehicle number 4 will always be with vehicle number 4. So that way, in the future, if we ever have a quality issue or a warranty problem, we can tie those specific components or parts directly back to that vehicle.
And I compare it to some of the other factories that I've been inside of, is that it's a lot smaller because they're building handmade cars here, and they're working on one vehicle. They're working on the Celestiq. And this is not this high volume vehicle where you're trying to make as many as possible. You're trying to make it the best quality as possible, to make it their halo vehicle, will compete with, Bentley, Rolls-Royce. Ooh, you can really see the ambient light in here too, which is so,
wow.
Look at that blue. Check this out. This is the builder badge, and it actually says hand built in Detroit on it. So cool. I love being able to see all those little details and how they come together. Now, we talked about being able to close the door by putting your foot on the brake, but you can also just swipe.
We did get a brief opportunity to drive the Celestiq, and a few items stood out. For as long and wide as it is, it seems to shrink around you with rear wheel steering and anti-roll bars that resist lean. The cabin is ultra quiet and incredibly plush, and though the 0 to 60 of 3.7 is incredibly quick, it's not the breakneck speeds you'll find in other performance-based EVs.
Now, this is probably not the vehicle that buyers are going to be racing around with. This is more the type of vehicle where you live in the city and you want to get out of the city for the weekend, go for a nice drive, maybe have your driver driving you around while you're doing some work in the back seat.
The Cadillac Celestiq blends audacious luxury from its storied past with cutting-edge technology, redefining opulence in the EV era. What is your favorite feature? Do you have a favorite?
We've heated your armrest. We have a radiant heated panel on the doors, and we have what we call a neck scarf, so we can blow a little bit of warm air on the back of your neck, and it
I can do that as well. And blow a little bit of warm air or wherever you need it, baby. I prefer my brother's Lincoln Nautilus 73K. That's a bit cheaper, less than a third the price, yeah. But does it blow warm air on your neck?
A warm cocoon. It makes you feel cozy. It's a different one. You can see the colors come in, And
That's
the
kind of rad,
Mondrian
though.
pattern is in the glass, but you notice that you don't see it during the daytime. You only see it when the ambient light is on.
I mean, that's kind of.
And it's not like it's casting.
That's kind of impressive. What would be more impressive is if that entire thing was also a solar panel. Also, didn't hear any conversation about like CarPlay, Apple CarPlay or anything. I mean, it's probably their own infotainment system.
like a shadow on you, like
Right.
a weird shadow at all. It's just like design. From what I've seen today, Celestiq definitely sets a whole new benchmark in this category, in this space. Cadillac's known for setting that new standard. We think it's the Cadillac of, it builds that standard of luxury, and that's what you think of. And with the Celestiq, they've definitely set their heights high. And I think other vehicles are gonna be taking some design inspiration from this vehicle as well.
Pretty
Let
rad.
me know what you guys think of it, how you
Pretty
would
rad.
configure it if you were able to design one of these. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I have tons of
Pretty
videos
rad.
just
Let's
like this where I
continue
get to
on
take
with the. Didn't I grab that Cadillac ad? Yeah, here it is. Here's the Cadillac ad. This is their F1 Formula Team announcement. Now, note the text simulated vehicles shown throughout. So these are not real vehicles. Okay. There you go, folks. The Cadillac Formula One team has been announced, and that's the ad for it. Let's move on to taking a look at this SpaceX 10th Starship launch. Let me just pull this in here. Where are we? Here we are. The Starship 10. Sorry, the Starship 10th flight. These are cool, these launches. Oh, let's make sure it's in the highest quality possible. 1080p. Okay, fair enough.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have leafed off.
We have liftoff.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
That's such a rad angle. Drone, right? They've got a drone up next to it.
All right, we're a little over 40 seconds into flight. 33 out of 33 wrapped engines.
Power and telemetry nominal.
That's so sick.
Getting good call outs, healthy systems on the booster as it starts to pitch over the Gulf. We are through the period of maximum dynamic pressure, max stress on the vehicle as it continues to fly.
Our next major event is going to be hot staging, which is happening in just over 90 seconds from now. To get ready, the booster will shut down all but 3 of its Raptor engines. The clamps holding the
Hot
2
staging.
stages together will release, and the Starship second stage ignites
Wait,
its engine.
Neskis, that's not the ad you've seen? It has Keanu Reeves in it. Oh, did it? Okay. They must have a variety of ads for that Formula One campaign then.
Blue spike burn startup.
Stage separation.
Dalesky, refresh me or educate me. What were they launching? What's the payload with this? Is this more satellite launching, or what's the crack with this one?
Stage separation
Just
confirmed.
watch?
We've
Okay.
got 6 engines running on ship. Booster is doing its boost back burn, continuing now towards its splashdown site in the Gulf.
Ship
We are
Raptor
seeing
chamber
all 6
pressure is
Raptors
nominal.
lit up on ship.
I can't wait to see the toothpick catch it again.
All right, here we go.
Landing burn startup.
This is the craft that'll take humans to Mars. No shit, dude.
Looks like we got 12 of those 13.
Down to 3, including one of the middle ring.
Hey, Just Rev, how you doing? This is a test flight only. Yeah, yeah, it said that in the
Down to
in the
2.
title.
Nice little hover. And landing burn shut down. And into the Gulf, here we come. And the booster has splashed down.
Incredible flight for booster today.
I love it.
Meanwhile, back in space. All right, shut down the vacuum engines.
How many conspiracy nutters are going to cry foul on this one?
Ship engine cut off.
We shut down.
Look at all that! Look at that mouse! There's a mouse.
Successful ship engine cut off.
Look at all that ice on top of it. How can there be ice up there? It's supposed to be hot. And there's a mouse running around.
Today we also have some actual payload on board, and those simulators that Starship will be deploying, we'll see coming up here in just a few minutes. These are dummy satellites that are about the same size as our V3 Starlinks. We have 8 in the Starship PEZ dispenser and expect to deploy at a rate of about 1 per minute, as Dan mentioned earlier.
Do they really call it a PEZ dispenser? That's too cool. They call that thing a PEZ dispenser. That's funny. This is fake. The Earth is flat. Yeah. I don't know. Who believes this shit, man? You're telling me they put a spaceship into the space and there's a rocket and everything? Bullshit, man. It's the 5G's rotting your brain if you believe this shit, man. COVID's a bullshit. And 911 was an inside job.
Here.
PEZ dispenser.
There we go.
So fake. Look at all those. What? Are you supposed to tell me there's flies? What are these fireflies in space? There's fireflies floating through space. Is that what you... So fake. Elon's such a phony. Let's all go and burn Teslas. Oh, how many flies do you think there are up there? Look at all these flies. Look at all these flies. There's no flies in space. That's it. I'm going next door. I'm going to burn my neighbor's Tesla to the ground. This is bullshit. I'm not really. But my neighbor does have one.
Pew pew.
I'm just going to key it without him knowing, you know. That'll show him. That'll show him. I'm going to key it. I'm not really.
Been waiting way too long to do that. There we go.
"911 was an inside job. Not all conspiracy theories are fake." I'm on a rant here, Netskis. Anything I say should be taken extremely lightly. Then Teslas have a camera all over them. No, they're fake cameras. They've never proven anyone's identity that got caught on a Tesla camera. I don't know why I'm talking in that Kiwi accent, bro, but it seems like it's appropriate for this little bit of shtick I'm doing. I'm going to go and fuck the cameras up first, bro, and then I'm going to go and smash the Tesla. And by the time I'm finished with it, he won't even have a vehicle. There won't be any cameras because there'll be no vehicle. The whole thing will be smashed up, bro. So fuck, take that, bro. You're telling me this is real? They're putting rockets in the space now, bro? It's bullshit. Who do you think they are telling us this, bro? Fucking come on, man. We're supposed to live like humans here, and you can believe that there's a big chunk of metal can go up in the sky? I can't even throw my coffee cup across the room without it falling down and smashing on the ground. This is a big chunk of metal, bro. Crazy
remaining,
shit.
So 7 of the 8 have been deployed. 1 more to go. And then we will.
He is joking. I am 100%. I'm 100% joking, bro. If I put this accent on, usually it means I'm joking. No, you can trigger that, Netskis. You can trigger that, Marty. No. Low
deploy operation. Just a reminder, we're on a suborbital trajectory.
What's this shit, bro? How come they've got such bad internet up there? I thought
Are you feeling frightened?
No. I thought this was supposed to be Elon Musk with his Starlink, bro. This is as close as you can get to it. The internet should be the best it could be up there, bro. You can't get any closer than that. It's right at the source, bro. It's like when you go and get fresh water from a Icelandic waterfall. It's the sweetest tasting water because it's straight there. You're telling me he's right there with the internet and it's already dropping out, bro. This is bullshit, bro. I don't believe any of it. It's fucking shit, bro.
Satellites
Look
on
at
that
this shit.
exact same suborbital
It's
trajectory.
getting fucking weird, bro. How come his internet's so bad? I thought the man invented the internet. Isn't it one of his middle names? Elon Bling Black Internet Machine Man?
They're going to
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing.
You go and mow the lawn and go fishing, bro. At least it's more real. At least you got to go and get the lawnmower out of the shed and put the petrol in it, and it's believable. This is unbelievable shit, bro.
Yeah, baby.
And you can go and grab your baby. At least these things are tactile, bro. I want tactility in my life. I don't want phony. Look at these phony workers. They're not even working there. Does that look like any workplace you've ever worked in? No, they're just partying, bro. These are paid actors. They're paid actors to come and party. I'll shut up.
So the last one has
But that guy was pretty enthusiastic. Watch this guy somewhere about here.
on that same trajectory towards the Indian Ocean. So
This one.
the last one has been deployed.
It's good entertainment, bro. I'm trying to be entertaining. But we all know it's phony. We all know it's fake, bro. There's no doubting this is fake, right? You think we're
I just farted.
Who did? I farted. You think that at least the fart's real, bro. We can all smell it, you know? At least that's a real thing. Like, not like this internet shit. What the fuck? You can't even see it. You telling me I can send internet machine packages across the internet and we have to believe it? I don't understand it. I'm confused and I don't believe it, so therefore it's fake. That's the nature of all people's thoughts. It doesn't make any sense in my mind, bro, so therefore it's conspiracy. So what, you can't understand it, so therefore it's not real? That's right, bro. I'm a normal human. I can't comprehend it, so therefore it mustn't exist. Okay, you live in that world, and then the rest of us will get smarter and learn about things, and we'll embrace new technology, and you stay over there. Yeah, bro, I plan on staying there. I'm not going anywhere, bro. There's no way you're getting me on that rocket ship to Mars, bro. It's all fake. I don't even think Mars is real. Have you ever seen it? Have you ever been there? Nobody has. They tell us it's real. They say you can see it, but you can't. I've never seen it. Therefore, it doesn't exist, bro. Gives us on a roll. Always fun. I haven't had a roll for a while. I'm living the last days of my 40s, bro.
Use the hole, bridge the hole, or fill the hole.
I plan on filling that hole, bro. I plan on shoving everything I've got in that hole, bro. Oh shit. I need to get on a rocket immediately and go to Tasmania, bro, and fill the hole. Shit. Continue.
Starlink simulator payload complete. Heck yeah, everybody.
You know how I know this is fake, bro? There's only one cunt in there with a phone. Look at this shit. One person with a cell phone, bro. Anywhere I go, there's people with phones all the time. Here, only one cunt's got a phone out. It's so fake, bro. You know why? Because it's really hard to animate a phone like that. It's so hard, bro. Come on, Elon. Be real, man. Department of Government Efficiency. Be more efficient with your uploads to your channel, bro. This is so phony.
Simulator payload complete. Heck yeah, everybody.
Nobody else with phones, man. What, a phone's banned in this public workplace? Look, nobody's got a phone. You're telling me they launched a rocket into space and they didn't film it with their cell phones? Is that what you're telling me, bro? Yes. Wait, no. No. Yes.
Yes.
That's what I meant. Yes.
No.
Shit.
Payload complete. Heck yeah, everybody.
Loving the energy from Starbase and Hawthorne.
I don't believe any of this shit.
All right, so about 55.5 minutes in, you can see the sun
No,
is
wait,
up.
but how can there be fire in space, bro? Doesn't fire need oxygen? I mean, I'm not dumb, but I'm also kind of smart. Isn't there a need for oxygen to make a fire? You know when the fire goes out when you're camping? You know when you're camping, bro?
I wrote this script.
I wrote this script too. You know when you're camping, bro, and the fire goes out? What do? You blow on it. You get down low and you add more oxygen because we all know fires need oxygen. How could there be a fire in space, bro? There's no oxygen here. It's bullshit, bro. I'm so sick of this shit.
I want to mow the lawn and go fishing.
I'm going out there to mow that lawn later on, and at least I'll have more realism in my life and more. They tell you to touch grass. They don't tell you to cut. All right, I'll shut up. I'm on a roll here, but lightning strikes and tells me to shut the fuck up.
Again, we intentionally designed these flights to lift off in the evening here, so we get these daylight views, so we can get.
It's always nighttime in space, you idiot. Why do you got a planet for daytime and nighttime? It's always dark in space, bro. They always say that. That's why you can't. Does anybody hear you screaming in space? No, because it's nighttime. What? Something about that. What was the saying? In space, it's always nighttime. No. In space, nobody can hear you scream. Something like that. Why you got a planet in the nighttime?
This is sick.
This is sick, bro.
Good of video as possible on the ship, assuming we make it all the way down. We've got at least one buoy powered by Starlink that's out there.
You need to get more Starlinks, bro. Obviously, you've got shit connection there, bro.
Zone in the Indian Ocean, hopefully giving us a view again. If you see any live views, not from the ship itself, that means we nailed our landing target.
Starship is past peak heating.
So Starship's doing its belly flop right now. We're going to do the flip. Swing out. Let's punch through some clouds first.
Punch through some clouds, bro. Look at that phony curvature on the Earth, bro. For the first time ever, can they not use a GoPro? Why can't they just use a normal camera, bro? They're going to make it even more confusing for nutters like me. I'm going to look at that and think, wow, that's not a flat Earth, is it? But it's the GoPro. It's the lens. It's the barrel distortion on the lens, bro. It's like the sick surfing footage,
What
bro.
a beautiful group of people you are. Wow. You are good. I wish I looked like you.
What a beautiful group. Just grab your baby. What happened to the volume, bro? Nobody's excited by this shit? It's all wobbly, that's why.
Here we go.
Now hold your horses.
Starship landing burn startup.
They're going to catch it with a toothpick, bro. And this is so unbelievably phony.
Seeing 3 engines. There's our flip.
Oh, it's going to land on the ocean, bro.
There's a buoy. There's a splashdown.
Wait, they didn't catch it with a toothpick? They let that one go into the ocean, bro. I liked it when they catched it with the toothpick because that was really believable. What the fuck? Who got me into this mood? I don't know, but I'm enjoying myself here. Where are we time-wise? Okay, we've got a little more time. You know what we should do, folks? We should take an episode of the Tipsy Panda, and I will have to not use my stupid accent here. The Tipsy Panda. This is a channel from Baxter's schoolmates. We've been watching this content. He is in, where is he? Norway, I believe. Oh, we got to go oldest first. He has had a few subscribers. He's now on 78. If you can all go and subscribe to the Tipsy Panda, I'll put it, where are you most in the kick? You're in the kick chat, bros? I'll put it in the kick chat for you. So you can all go and subscribe to the Tipsy Panda. We're watching his content here, just checking out some of his videos. Hurtigruten was the ship. Here we are, Trondheim. This is the next video of his we're going to be watching. Let's watch it. Zalian, his name is.
So today, I'm going to be at the University of Trondheim. And watching some Viking exhibits, but also prehistoric exhibits as well. So these are all taxidermied animals. And I'm currently watching a bird documentary on bird life in Trondheim. It's pretty cool. So that was the land animal exhibit. Now they've got a sea aquatic exhibit, and I have to say some of the models are pretty scary, and even in the taxidermy room, it does freak you out a little bit to have these massive beasts just sort of staring at you. Like, see, maybe you can't see it as well on the camera, but some of these are very big, and they just sort of are really in your face. Like, look at how big some of these creatures are.
Not small.
That thing is
no.
massive. Koalas, the wallaby,
Australian wildlife, bro.
the echidna, and the platypus.
What's that noise? It's not taxidermy, it's all fake. I'm not going to do it in this. I'm not going to do it in this video, bros. I'm going to be more respectful for someone that I kind of know a little bit, you know? I'm not going to talk over him and talk shit, bro.
It's crazy. The massive tiger, which I think if you get near it, sets off a motion detector of some sort. You've got the Arctic foxes and the grizzly bear.
Wow, it's pretty realistic.
And I'm just saying that if you think you can take on one of these single-handedly in a fight,
no chance,
you're very
bro.
wrong. They have a specialized exhibit called Man in the Well, and yeah, it's they found human remains in a well, I guess.
True men don't kill coyotes.
Really
The Red Hot Chili Peppers, bro, from the Freaky Starly album, and also the Abbey Road EP. I know it, bro. I know my Red Hot Chili Peppers. So fuck you, bro. Come back tomorrow with the better question if you want me to play along with music games. I'll always win. Fuck you, bro.
This is the medieval Viking and sort of archaeological finds here. All the swords, daggers, jewellery, axes, weapons, and all the like that they've dug.
It's pretty low volume.
Alright, and this exhibit here shows what it would be
I guess
like
he's in a
medieval
museum.
Norway.
It's very quiet, this one. Many museums wouldn't allow filming, much less streaming. I don't think he's definitely not streaming this live, but yeah, some museums have an open camera policy. I mean, if anything, it just encourages more people to come and have a look. You know, like this is pretty good. These are pretty good exhibits. But it's so fake, bro. I can tell it's not a real person. I said I wouldn't do that, bro. Stop coughing. It's funny when you in one of these museums and then you turn one corner and it's gone from like super realistic, whatever the thing is, and then there's a big sign up saying exit through the gift shop. It's like, oh, now we're back to reality. That dude looked like Abraham Lincoln. Is that right, Flowski? A little bit, yeah, he did. I like this dude. Baxter has good taste in friends. Yeah, he's an interesting guy, hey? Interesting guy. He's the kind of guy that would go to a, I don't know, like say like an opal mine and actually look at opals instead of just walking past
And
it.
this would have been the village of Trondheim.
You know what I mean?
In medieval ages. Alright, so I've just done the grocery shopping. Tikka masala paste, a capsicum, a onion.
Capsicum is a pepper. For those Americans, pepper.
A bit of chicken.
Chicken is chicken.
And some rice.
Rice is also rice.
And that came out to $30 Australian. So I think if I eat it for lunch and dinner, and then maybe a bit for brekkie in the morning, then that's what...
Opal, 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 oi, oi, oi. Dalesky is extra observant today. He notices me 1 hour after my arrival, bro. He can be a bit of a bitch cunty sometimes, Dalesky. Bit of a bitch, bro. Bitch. That's funny. My Poopsie, just a side note here. Poopsie, oh wait, can I tell this story? No, I can't really tell that. No, just forget. Rewind. Just ignore that.
That's like $10 per meal, which is, it's cheaper, I think, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. It might not even taste good.
Right, these are the ingredients. That is the
kitchen
Excuse
of the
me?
hostel.
I am not a bitch.
Pretty nice. Everything's labelled in English. They've got dishwashers here, mixing bowls, cups, mugs, measuring cups, spices. They've got everything. So you
Spicy
just have to buy
little
the
nuggets.
food and you can get cooking. How cool.
Looks like he's worked in a restaurant. He's got tikka masala sauce, a chicken, a capsicum,
Mistake number one.
and an
This is
onion.
not olive oil, this is
Great,
wine.
that's wine.
All right.
You can use it as
So
oil
we've
though.
got some butter, so we're gonna.
He stole that butter from the hostel.
So we've just dusted the capsicum, got that in the onions frying. So
Put the heat on.
go back. Whilst we've chopped the capsicum, we may as well make a bit of room for some potato.
Potato.
Nice and small so that they cook somewhat quickly.
He's definitely worked
Big boy
in a
here as
restaurant.
well.
Cue the red hot chili peppers. Spelt correctly too there, Dale. Most people put the 2 L's in that. That always pissed me off as a kid. Yeah, not enough heat there, bro.
Okay, I don't know what cut or slice this chicken is.
Looks like
but,
Thai.
Okay, they're a bit long, so we'll have to
Chicken
shorten it a bit.
thigh, bro.
Just grab some of the longer slices. In.
Leave them long, bro. It's easier to pick up with a
let's see what I can do
fork
with
if
this.
they're longer.
May as well, can't go wrong with that.
Bit more grape juice. Nope. Pepper.
And we're not going to mix it anywhere else, we're just going to mix it on the bowl.
Look like chicken tenders. Kind of.
So we're going to chuck the chicken in.
Chuck it in, bro. Got enough food there for 2 days.
Keep it moving so that it doesn't all stick together and burn, because there really should be more oil in this.
Put some more oil in then, bro.
I'll just leave that there so that it will
Okay, Tipsy Panda, you're hired. He's definitely, I don't know for a fact, but it looks like he's worked in a kitchen. He just had, his knife skills impressed me. Imagine the bacteria on that board after the chicken. I mean, you're in a hostel, yeah, it looks pretty clean, but you are in a hostel and everyone's cooking and, you know, he just took butter out of the fridge. That's obviously someone's butter. You don't buy a tub of butter unless you're a long-term, you know, hostel stayer. And same with the oils and stuff, like, yeah. Communal, right? It could be a communal fridge. Who knows?
Most of it is somewhat brown now.
You better get the rice on too, bro. Timing's everything here.
The chicken looks somewhat cooked right now, so we're going to add the vegetables, add the capsicum.
Potato is not a vegetable.
Oh, well, the other way around actually, but oh well, and the potatoes go too, I guess.
What about the rice, bro?
Right, now that we've got all that in, leave it for a bit.
You didn't get the rice,
and we'll
bro.
come back. All right, so it's been in there for a bit. We're going to open up this tikka masala container.
Norway hostels, they're way nicer than the ones I've seen in continental Euro. I've seen some pretty slothful ones all over the world. Yes.
I don't know if the whole thing goes in, but we're putting the whole thing in. So we've got a bit of water in there, put it in, shake it all nicely.
That's probably
just get every little bit of that flavour out.
Probably didn't need that much.
Chuck it in there, stirring. Make sure that we don't lose any more soldiers from the low-brimmed pan that I've chose. To 8. Chuck a lid on, which isn't even the lid for it.
Pick up the slop bits on the side,
It'll
bro.
do. And now we wait.
Make the rice. You got to put the rice
now
on.
that we can see that it's bubbling, we're gonna give it a little stir.
You know what he should have done, bro? He should have gone to the store and got some local Norwegian spirits, like some maybe vodka or whiskey, and he could have sat there and got drunk while he was waiting for it to cook, bro. Looks more like a boil up, bro. I thought he was getting, didn't he say he bought some rice? I thought he got some rices going as well.
That's the best type of measuring cup I can get.
So did this backwards,
pour
bro.
some of this in, times 1.5 the amount of rice you put in. So we're gonna fill this up to 1 times 1.5
Rice takes longer to cook, bro,
3
than
cups. Whilst all that is happening, pour ourselves a nice cup of tea.
No, correct some whiskey.
Mango tea, I think it is. Unplug after use. And we'll have ourselves a nice orange.
Wow. It's a weird combination, bro.
Giving our pot another stir.
A cup of tea and an orange? The fuck's going on there, Zalian? A cup of tea and an orange. That's particular. Isn't that a strange combination of foodstuffs? A citrusy, tangy, refreshing fruit, and then a cup of tea. A cup of tea, love. It's very English.
Yep, nothing's sticking. That's good. It's starting to smell quite nice now.
Tea and lemon, I've heard. Yeah, but tea and an orange?
And to go with the tea, I've got a few bickies as
Jesus, he's got cookies going on as well.
All right, so we are done.
Zalian's like, I haven't eaten in properly for 4 days, bro. You saw that shit on the ship? That was rubbish, bro. Now I'm going to make some food. He's going to town. He's making as much as he can. He'll need to get some. He should have bought some Tupperware, bro. And he could have taken this away with him. He could then eat it at the next hostel, just using a microwave to heat it up, bro.
Curry, the rice is cooked, and here is the final plate.
See, that looks rad.
Looks good.
That's rad, but dude, you've got like enough there for another 3 nights. And maybe he's staying there for 3 nights, bro. Did you consider that? Who are you talking to? Me? Yeah. I'm talking to you with the same voice to make it even more confusing. I don't know. I wasn't watching enough. I didn't pay attention. I was still mind blown by that Elon Musk fakery before, bro. I couldn't quite grasp it.
Good. I'm gonna tuck in.
Takeaway for the mates under the bridge. He could have gone, oh, Netsky's trying to put in some more Red Hot Chili Pepper references. Fuck, man. I see that one straight away too, bro. You can't slip that one by me.
All right, so I just got back from collecting my Too Good To Go order, and we have...
What the fuck? He went and got more food? What's going on here, dude? You've got from one cut to the next, you've got more food. You big fat food lover. Stop, man. There's children starving in Ethiopia, and you're scoffing oranges and cups of tea and tikka masala and now something else and cookies.
Alright, so I just got back from
also bad editing.
Collecting my Too Good To Go order.
What's he got here?
We have 2 sandwiches with
basil,
egg and something or other, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 croissants and a cinnamon roll back there. So
Jesus,
that's alright. Alright, so just had dinner.
Look how happy he is. He's stuffed, eh? Now I got to walk off some calories. I've just filled my gut with all this food.
That's alright.
Look how smiling he is.
Alright, so just had dinner, and I'm going to head to the pub.
That's it. But it's still daylight, bro. It's the northern sun, right? Stays light forever. That dude's going to be a fat pig by this rate. Yeah. He's probably got a high metabolism.
So just had dinner, and I'm going to head to the pub to watch Arsenal play Fulham.
Oh. So
we'll see how that goes.
I thought you were going to go and drink a local beer, bro.
Also, the food situation, it's actually the last few days, it's been, a struggle to find brekkie, it's been a struggle to find lunch.
See?
And I've had to be like rationing it out, but I found cooking that full amount, even though it was 30 Australian dollars, I've had 2 meals and it's like fully filled me, and I've also got the Too Good To Go bag, so for $37 plus the Too Good To Go bag, I feel like I have had something to eat for lunch today, for dinner today, and then also for breakfast in the morning. I can finish off the Too Good To Go bag, and then lunch tomorrow. And I think that's like 5 meals for $40.
That's what I was saying, bro. His bulk savings here is good. Remember when we were that age, we could eat anything fully. Yeah, $37 for 4 meals is good. And yeah, and no tip and no delivery fee because you did it yourself. That's, yeah.
So that's like...
It's good.
$9 a meal, which I think is pretty good.
Good value, bro.
Especially when you're traveling. And in Oslo, in Trondheim, because everything here is very, very expensive.
What's going on with the frame rate? I want to drop it down to 720, bro. See if that makes any difference. We just played a 4K video before, bro. Elon.
Eat out. I probably won't be eating anything out of the pub. I might get a drink, and I don't think that should be too expensive. But if it is too expensive, then yeah, but I can't just kind of sit down and not give it any business. So I might have a bite to eat there or something. But I've got food in my backpack, and yeah, so hopefully it all works out.
Full time. Så tilbakekomsten til Bukayo Sakura. Dette første målskårer i kampen. Mikkel Merino.
Match was broadcast in...
I was going to say he has to listen to this match in the local language. My butt's getting plump. My girlfriend seems to like that. Oh, wow. I'm still mostly lean. Is he wearing special shoes? I don't think so. Mr. Trance on Beamstream. How you doing, Mr. Trance? What's cracking? How you going over on the Beam machine? I love it over there. Love the Beam stream.
Match was broadcast in Norwegian, so I didn't understand much, but like everyone in the room was, you know, still around Arsenal and it was all fun and that.
Put the subtitles on.
But now match is over. I just got to get home safely to the hostel and then maybe get an ice cream to eat and then hit the sack.
Yeah, more food.
It's about
more food is what you need.
About, I think, 10:45 now. Yeah, it was actually just a hectic atmosphere. I loved it so much. The English pub, nobody there spoke English.
The English pub? Oh, he was in an English pub in Norway. Gotcha.
The only person who spoke a little bit of English there were the servers. But yeah, no, the language barrier falls down when it comes to football, and that's all that matters.
So I just decided to come into another museum. It's called the Rockheim Museum.
Wait, is this the same night? Or is he's got the same jacket on? Yeah.
Comes to football, and that's all that matters.
So I just decided to come into...
FSU is playing Alabama on Saturday. I'm stoked. FSU. Now, I've always known that for fuck shit up. What is FS? Florida State University? If it's Florida State University, give me a trumpet. Or is it a real trumpet? Yes.
Yes.
Florida State University.
Museum. It's called the Rockheim Museum, and it is the Museum of Rock and Roll and Popular Music in Trondheim. So it goes from the 50s all the way to the 2000s and the modern day.
The Cadillac
it's all interactive and very cool. It's a very nice car here. I'm sure I should know what it is, and if I looked a bit harder, then I would probably find out, but very cool.
Wait, I see two alert triggers. No, I didn't hear any of them though. Is something wrong with Kick? I didn't see them. None of them worked. They didn't work. Trumpet and light didn't work. I'll test one myself. Fart. Oh, Botrix. Is Botrix down? Shit. Botrix might be down. I don't know.
So these were one of the early jock somethings.
Jukebox.
Early jukeboxes. And I pressed one of the buttons and they come up with a bit of music.
I thought that was
Norwegian, of course.
Rick Astley. You're going to get Rick rolled. Lightning. And I just farted.
I just farted.
Demon. They're really slow. Demon. They're really slow. So slow I can't wait any longer. Was that the delay, bro? I didn't program any delay in anything, bro. It's bullshit. Elon Musk should be ashamed of himself.
We're walking into the next room now, which must be the 70s, I guess. And just a ton of guitar memorabilia.
It's not all guitars, bro.
And pianos, accordions, all the like saxophones.
Accordingly. It's pretty well stacked, isn't it?
They have an area in here where you can...
That's how he ended that.
I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope you guys get out there, find a little bit more relevance.
That's the demon. That's going to be weird. That is going to be weird. Hey, folks, thanks for hanging out with me on this stream. I've had a fun time. I haven't had such a good time on stream for so long, bros. I didn't mean to get into the accent. It just came out of nowhere. But we had a good one. And look, tomorrow I'll be streaming on the 10th anniversary of my YouTube channel. So join me tomorrow where we will probably just, hang out for a bit. Not for too long. I'm not going to waffle on and on and on, but I'll definitely do a stream. And I'd like you to join me because we could maybe go back in my YouTube channel and pick some favorite vlogs to watch, just as a summary of 10 years on the tubes of you. We can look at some of the old content. You can pick your favorites and we'll hang out and have a good time. Until then, though, stay safe and believe everything. I've got to think of an outro to leave you with. How about we just use that? Stay safe and believe everything. Like, don't worry about conspiracies. Just believe everything. That's going to be my new mantra for the next 10 years. It's going to be stay safe and believe everything.